You are listening to The Backpacker Tales, the night train to Bucharest. I will never board an overnight train in Eastern Europe again. It was late October. I had been backpacking through the Carpathians for 3 weeks, sleeping in shepherds' huts, hitching rides on logging trucks. I was tired, bone tired, the kind of tired that makes you sloppy, makes you ignore the warnings. I bought a second-class sleeper ticket from a clerk at the station in Sehesora. She was an older woman with deep-set eyes. When she handed me the ticket, she held on to it for a moment too long. "Car number 4, she said flatly. Then she paused. "Do not go to car number 6. There is no car number 6. I looked at the ticket, smiled politely, didn't think twice about it. The train arrived at 11:47 p.m. It was ancient, Soviet-era steel, painted dark green, peeling at every rivet. The platform was completely empty. No other passengers, just me, and the sound of the locomotive idling like something breathing. I found my compartment. 2 bunks, a tiny window filmed with grime. The sheets were stiff and smelled like rust. I was alone, or so I thought. The train lurched forward. The lights in the corridor flickered, once, twice, then settled into a sickly yellow hum. I lay down and tried to sleep, but the rhythm of the wheels on the track was wrong. Every few seconds, the pattern would break, like the train was stuttering, like it was hesitating. At 1 a.m., I heard footsteps in the corridor. Slow, deliberate, one foot dragging slightly behind the other. They stopped right outside my door. I held my breath. Through the frosted glass panel, I could see a silhouette, tall, thin, standing perfectly still. Then a knock. 3 knocks. Patient, almost polite. "Bad," a voice said. "Ticket." It sounded like the conductor. Flat, professional. I got up, slid the door open. The corridor was empty. Completely empty. The overhead lights were off in both directions. Just blackness stretching into blackness. But the air smelled wrong, sweet and metallic, like a nosebleed. I stepped back inside, locked the door, sat on the bunk with my back against the wall. At 2:15 a.m., the train stopped. No station, no platform, just darkness outside the window. I pressed my face to the glass and saw nothing. Absolute nothing. Not trees, not ground, just a void. As if the world outside had simply ceased to exist. The intercom crackled to life. A voice spoke. It was not Romanian. It was not any language I recognized. It was guttural, wet, like someone gargling with a mouth full of stones. It went on for 30 seconds. Then static, then silence, then the footsteps again. Coming from both directions. I heard compartment doors sliding open. 1 by one, getting closer. Each one louder, each one nearer. Something was checking every room. My door handle began to rattle. Violently, the entire door shook in its frame. The frosted glass vibrated so hard I thought it would shatter. Then it stopped. Silence. I did not breathe for what felt like a full minute. Then a whisper, right against the glass. So close I could hear the lips peeling apart. "I know you are not sleeping." The voice was mine. My exact voice. My exact cadence. Speaking back to me from the other side of a locked door. "You should not have looked at the corridor," it said. "Now I know which face to wear." The handle turned. Slowly, the lock clicked open from the outside. The door began to slide. I lunged for the emergency window latch, smashed the glass with my elbow, and threw myself out into the screaming wind. I landed in wet grass on a hillside. I rolled for what felt like forever. When I looked up, the tracks were empty. There was no train. There were no tracks. I was standing in the middle of an open field. The nearest rail line was 40 kilometers away. I still have the ticket stub. Second-class sleeper, car number 4. But on the back, in handwriting that is not mine, someone has written a single word: soon. This has been the Backpacker Tales. Sleep well if you can.